Hey guys, it's Danny, and today we are chatting matcha. I'm gonna cover everything you need to know about this bright, beautiful superfood. Plus, at the end, I'm gonna show you how to make a ceremonial matcha tea and a matcha latte. So what is matcha? It is a young, delicate, high-grade green tea leaf that is grown in the shade for about 3 weeks before it's hand-picked, dried, and ground into a fine powder. Now, during the time that it grows in the shade, the plant produces very high levels of chlorophyll, which is a plant-based pigment that is not only responsible for matcha's bright green, beautiful color, but it also packs those leaves with nutrients and antioxidants. Another result of growing in the shade is an amino acid called L-theanine, and this is said to be the magic ingredient that helps to reduce anxiety and enhance mood, all while boosting concentration, focus, and alertness. Now, unlike traditional green tea, when you consume matcha, you're actually taking in the entire tea leaf, which is why it's said to be such a nutritional powerhouse and why it's considered a superfood. As a matter of fact, it is graded one of the highest foods when it comes to antioxidant concentration. And remember guys, antioxidants are what fight off free radicals in the body. So not only is it preventative, but it also supports healthy glowing skin, it lowers blood sugar levels, it reduces cholesterol, and it speeds up metabolism, which is why you will often hear people say that matcha supports weight loss. Now, matcha does contain caffeine, but because of the way the body digests it, it's released at a slow and steady rate. So unlike, say, drinking a cup of coffee, where a lot of people will get a spike and then a crash, the matcha gives you a more sustained, steady rate of energy. So if caffeine doesn't normally agree with you, you might find that you have a different experience when you're drinking matcha. Categorically speaking, there's two main types of matcha: ceremonial and culinary. Now, ceremonial matcha is made from the youngest, finest tea leaves. And so it has a very delicate, refreshing, naturally sweet flavor. And really, the only way you want to enjoy the ceremonial matcha is in a classic cup of tea or an iced tea. When you are selecting a ceremonial matcha, you want to have a vibrant green color with a light, fresh, slightly grassy smell. It should also be extremely fine to the touch. It's almost like an eyeshadow. Now, if the matcha was grainy or it had a dull color or a yellowish brown to it, it is not the real deal. Culinary matcha, on the other hand, is a mix of the younger and the older tea leaves. So while it still has a very fresh flavor, it tends to be a little more earthy and robust. Now, you'll notice that the green may be a little less vibrant than the ceremonial matcha, but you should still have a beautiful green color. A good quality cooking grade matcha should still have a fresh, grassy smell to it, and the texture will still be fine and smooth. Culinary matcha also has a lower price point. So this is the matcha you want to use if you're going to add it to your smoothies, your breakfast bowls, your oatmeal, your baked goods, etc. So in a nutshell, whichever matcha you're buying, what you want to be looking for is origin. Most good matchas come from Japan. Color, texture, taste, and price. And yes, my friends, you pretty much get what you pay for. A good ceremonial matcha can cost you anywhere between $25 and $40 for an ounce, which is the equivalent of 30 grams. Now, I am by no means a matcha aficionado, but the matcha that I have been using and really enjoying is from a company called the Matcha Reserve. And what I like about them is not only do they have the traditional matchas, but they also have flavored matchas. So they have things like mango matcha or caramel matcha, and they're really yummy and they're really fun. So if you guys want to check them out, I will leave a link down in the description box below. Once you get your matcha home, you want to store it in a cool, dry place because it is very sensitive to light and heat. And that's why you'll see that most good matchas are sold in a foil packet or a dark container. If you do not drink your matcha every single day, then I would recommend storing it in the fridge or the freezer. Now there are lots of different ways you can incorporate matcha into your diet. You can add it to your smoothies, your pancakes, your muffins, your chia pudding, you name it. People are making matcha everything these days. And if you guys want to see some more matcha recipes, come on down into the comments below and let me know, and make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Now, for the sake of what I'm doing here today, I'm gonna show you how to make a ceremonial matcha tea and a matcha latte. Now, for those who drink matcha often, you may have yourself this very beautiful and fancy matcha making kit, which includes the matcha bowl, the bamboo whisk, and this wooden scoop. But don't worry if you do not have that, you can still make a great cup of matcha with tools that everybody probably has in their kitchen. So what I'm gonna be using today to demonstrate is this spouted glass cup, a fine mesh strainer, a small whisk. If you were really desperate, you could also use a fork and a teaspoon. So for an 8-ounce cup of matcha tea, what you're gonna do is take a teaspoon of the matcha powder and run it through your sifter. This is gonna help to keep it nice and fine, and then when we make the tea, it makes for a creamier, frothier end result. Then I'll add just a couple ounces of hot water. Now you don't want your water to be boiling hot. You want it to be just before boiling or nice and steamy. Grab the whisk and just begin to move it back and forth in a W or M motion. This is gonna whip the matcha up until it starts to create a thick green paste and it gets a little bit frothy on top. This is gonna take just a couple of minutes. Once you've got your paste and you see the froth has formed, then we're gonna add another 4 to 6 ounces of water, transfer this into your favorite mug, and enjoy. Now, if you wanted to make a matcha latte instead of the tea, you would do all the same exact steps until you've got that frothy paste. And then instead of adding water, you're gonna add some milk. So the first thing I do is a little bit of sweetener, just a teaspoon of honey or maple syrup will do. And then 4 to 6 ounces of steamed milk. You can do almond milk, coconut milk, cow's milk. I promise you they are all delicious. So pick the one that works best for you and your health style. So now I want to hear from you. If you've ever worked with matcha before, I would love to hear your tips or some of your favorite recipes. And if matcha is new to you, do you think you're going to give it a try? Come on down to the comments below and let me know. And if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this video with anyone else you know who wants to make healthy eating easy and enjoyable. Because I believe that myself and the Clean and Delicious family can help to reach a lot of people who want to eat better and feel great. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Danny Spees. I will see you back here next time with some more Clean and Deliciousness. Cheers. So in a nutshell, whichever matcha you're buying, you want to be... So in a nutshell, I'm giggling at myself. Okay. So in a nutshell...
Wait, stop.
So in a nutshell, no matter which, color, texture, so in a nutshell, booyah, here we go, ready? This is a good one. So in a nutshell,